Hi. Hello. I'm Lenore Waring. I'm in Orange County. I have a learning center that works with people of all ages that have some kind of learning difference. This has been a rough year and a half for us because, of course, all of our work is one-on-one. So we've lost a lot of students because they haven't been able to come. Yeah, I've worked on Zoom, but Zoom has its problems. So it's been a difficult time, not only for me, but I think just about everybody's been hit in some way, health-wise or financially. So how do you deal with it? How do you treat it like there's an opening, an opportunity, instead of like things are changing and it's a disaster? One of the tools I use, and I've used it for decades, is recognizing change or the unknown as empty space, rather than filling it with my own past memories or fears. And so dedicate it. And you typically draw a circle, and I'm going to move the camera down so you can see a circle of 4 or 5 inches diameter. Let's see if you can see this. Yeah. And in that space, I have a word or a phrase that represents some worry or question, right? Something that's unknown. Now, no matter how much we know, there's always more that we don't know. So there's always going to be gaps in our understanding. And I treat these gaps, rather than filling them with my own stuff, say whatever your question is, let's just treat it with question marks. I represent my gaps in understanding as circles. That cover up my words. And then, seeing that these circles represent gaps, what am I going to fill them with? Am I going to fill them with all the garbage and the barking dogs and the what I should be doing or what I'll never get done or what I need in order to be happy? I can't fill those gaps with anything, because then I'm bringing them into the present moment. So what I do is I dedicate it as sacred space, and I color them all in. And especially over the words, whatever my words are, I color them in. And this might seem like unimportant, but it's really very important, because as I color them in, I'm feeling myself doing it. And there goes my computer. That's okay, it'll keep on doing its thing. It doesn't have to bother me. Nothing has to bother me in this moment. And then I look at this blue and I say, yeah, these are all the things I do not know. Oh, my battery is very low. Excuse me a minute. while I plug it in. Nothing has to interrupt this process in my mind. Neither do I have to be angry or upset by something going wrong. Instead, it's all part. And now, look at what's happening. Of course, it shuts off. So, what happens? My ring light shuts off. So I'm going to continue showing this to you. All of this, everything that has just happened is a perfect example of life. Don't you think? It's what we have instead of what we want. Reminds me of when sometimes, I've done this in the past. I've wanted something so bad. I've kind of gotten the idea that I'm like a child, pounding my fists on the table, saying, I want, I want, I want. I want, I want, I want. You can want all you want. I'm not saying the wants disappear. But for this time, recognizing the gaps in understanding. And instead of just filling them with junk or with fears or dreads or angers or resentments, fill them with blue space. The color blue. And why? What does that represent? The blue sky, like after a rainstorm where everything is fresh and clear. And when you're coloring this in, actually stop and think. And breathe in the blue. Imagining a thin stream of this color riding on the air you're bringing into your lungs and down into your chest. With practice, you can even imagine it flowing from your chest and down up your shoulders, up into your throat and down your arms. And these represent the gaps in understanding. And what I like to do, as I like to call these sacred space. Now, you don't have to be a religious person. Let's use the word dedicated space. Not dedicated to the past or even the present, but dedicated to highest unknown good. And what does that mean? Highest unknown good. The highest abilities that you haven't experienced yet, you haven't been able to express. And they are unknown because you haven't experienced them yet. And why are they good? That's where the mystery comes in. Isn't all of life programmed to heal and develop, especially when given a relatively nurturing environment? And isn't that good? Aren't we innately, inherently programmed to heal and develop? Each according to our time, each in our own way, based on our innate abilities. And so, by doing so, this gives me an opportunity to be in this moment, right now, acknowledging my highest unknown good, right now. And then at the end, what I'll typically do is I'll take this piece of paper and crumple it up. Rather than holding on to it, I will throw it away. and then I'll go on with the rest of my day. So, what did you think about that? Give it a shot. And thank you for watching.